Hello and welcome to our special evening and a special show. I'm Gargi Rawat and we are here at the Leela Palace Hotel in Delhi. Today we are honoring and celebrating the Kailash Satyarthi Children's Foundation and also raising awareness about the Justice for Every Child campaign. The Justice for Every Child campaign seeks to help children who've been sexually exploited by giving them legal aid, mental health help and also providing them with compensation. Today is a musical evening as well. We have musicians Ayaan and Amaan, Bangash, who have dedicated their new songs for the campaign, for the cause. These songs will raise awareness as well as money for the campaign. The Leela Hotel too is involved with the Kailash Satyarthi Children's Foundation and NDTV too is honored to be associated with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and a very warm welcome to this very special evening. The Leela is the epitome of true Indian hospitality, imbued with a distinct aesthetic that celebrates the country's traditions, art, cuisine, artisanal crafts, and culture, and is rooted in its offering of India's rich heritage to the world. May I please invite on stage Anurag Bhatnagar, Chief Operating Officer, the Leela Palaces Hotels and Resorts.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I think it's really an honor and a privilege to have all of you in this room. Leela today, as always, has represented true Indian luxury. And what you see of Leela today is a representation of everything, all our core values, our dharma that we stand for. And over the last couple of years, if at all, what we did was to reimagine, revitalize, and kind of reinvent ourselves whilst preserving the legacy, the beautiful architecture, design, style, and the service efficiencies that the Leela has been known for. We really believe that as a representative of true Indian luxury, Leela stands for warm, gracious service, preserving the core Indian values, and being the best ambassador for what Leela India stands for. And this Icons of India by the Leela is just a reflection of celebrating India's finest and the world's best. So today, amongst many things that you will experience today, is a celebration of the fact that Leela has for 2 years been recognized as the world's best brand in the luxury space. So I thank you for acknowledging that, and I thank you, all our people, all our associates out here, for living the Leela core values every day, being the best versions of themselves every day when they come to work. That's what we are. The journey has just begun for us, so watch this space. There's a lot's coming, and I'm looking forward, like you are, for a fantastic evening. I would also take this moment to introduce to you Ankur, who's managing partner Brookfield, who represents our ownership for us today.
Thank you, Anurag. Good evening, everybody. Thanks, Anjali, for inviting me here. I'll just give a quick story. When Brookfield, and we are a large global asset management firm, and somebody asked me when we were involved in the recapitalization of the Leela business, what's your plan? Are you going to buy these hotels, which are beautiful properties, break it up, fix it, make a lot of money? And I referred to a line in the board note that I was drafting, and the line said, Jumeirah came from Middle East, Four Seasons came from Canada, Mandarin Oriental came from the east of the world. It's time that India has its own global luxury brand. 2 years ago, the Leela business was named as the world's best brand. And a lot of my colleagues asked me, what does it mean? What does the world's best brand mean? And I thought the one thing which was lacking at that time was association. Everybody, whenever you make a adjective and then make superlatives with it, what does the world's best mean? The world's best batsman means Rahul Dravid's defense. It means Sachin's straight bat. It means something because it's associated with something. And very few people may have thought about association as a means to tell the story. But Anjali and Anurag and a lot of people here took that initiative. And today we are here to celebrate that association. icons of India. I was sitting there with a lot of accomplished people, some people who I grew up watching. Thank you, Pranay. You opened the world to me. The World this week was the first time that somebody like me who grew up in Ajmer saw the world. I had to fight with my dad to stay up late on a Friday night or Saturday night, I don't remember it now. And I was fortunate that had an impact on me, that I took that challenge, went for my higher studies to New York, and also came back after 10 years there, just to celebrate what it is like to be here. I cannot describe in words what icons of India will be, because the presence of very accomplished people today, Kailashji, a Nobel laureate, and for a cause that's so worldwide. India is fortunate that we've given Kailashji to the world, because child protection is not just about India. Child protection is universal. The work that you are doing will reverberate globally. You are truly the best in the world, and we are proud that you've chosen to associate with Leela. Ustadji, sitting next to you, I still remember as a child, I was 4 years old, when I saw you play the sarod. Very happy that Icons of India has taken shape. Grateful to Anjali for all her efforts. Grateful to Anurag and your team to keep the hotels running, to make Leela truly the world's best. Grateful to Captain Nair, who gave the world this brand, and honored that Brookfield can take forward that legacy. Celebrating love today, the love that he must have had for his wife, that he gave her an eternal journey forever, and we hope that we'll carry it forward like he wished to. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anurag, and thank you, Ankur. Those were indeed some words of wisdom and inspiration for all of us. We have big boots to fill and a lot of dreams to nurture and cherish. So thank you for that trust and responsibility. Icons of India by the Leela celebrates the essence of India and the richness within through a collaboration with India's finest, who are the world's best. In October last year, we announced this initiative with a private concert with Sarod virtuosos Amaan and Ayaan Ali Bangash. Today, it is our proud privilege to welcome Nobel Peace Laureate Kailash Satyarthi ji to our Icons of India by the Leela initiative. Kailashji envisions a world where all children are free, safe, healthy, receive a quality education, and can realize their potential. Partnering with Kailash Satyarthi Children's Foundation, the Leela has committed to empowering children by sponsoring 10 Bal Mitra Grams or child-friendly villages model, an internationally recognized model for child-centered rural development while promoting child protection and child development.
The Nobel Peace Prize for 2014 is to be awarded to Kailash Satyarthi for their struggle against suppression of young people and children.
There is no greater violence than to deny the dreams of our children. I refuse to accept that the laws and constitutions are unable to protect our children. Today is the time for every child to have the right to life. I refuse to accept that the shackles of slavery can ever be more stronger than the quest for freedom. I refuse to accept here. Every single minute matters. Every single child matters. Every single childhood matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Nobel Peace Laureate Shri Kailash Satyarthi ji.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leela and our media partner, NDTV, and all the sisters and brothers who are assembled here. I feel honored and humbled, but more importantly, I feel very encouraged. Because I could recall about 45 years ago when I started my fight against child slavery and child labor, it was very hard to convince even one person to sit with me and listen to the story of such children. But today I have so many dignitaries assembled here. My dear friends, today we are celebrating hope, trust, friendship, love. We are celebrating a little boy, Munna, who was sexually abused or raped by some people at the age of 7, about 2 years ago. And somehow my organization came to know about the case, and we went to the court, kept on fighting for compensation and justice. And we were able to get some 50,000 rupees under a special scheme for compensation. But we didn't give up. And then within a year, we were able to get 6 lakhs rupees for the compensation and rehabilitation and education for that child through the government schemes. Now that boy is in a school. We have supported him through our Justice for Every Child campaign, and he is so happy. He says that now he can have a dream. The traumatized boy is having a dream today. We are celebrating that dream tonight. We are also celebrating Rekha Meena, a girl from the village which is supported by Leela under this child-friendly village program. She has never been to school, but she told my colleagues that every time when some children used to go to school, carrying bags and books, she looked with empty eyes. But it was very difficult because she was working in the field for an employer, for a landlord. But when we started working in that village to make it child-friendly village, the first step was to free her from that exploitation and ensure her education. Today my colleagues were sitting with her and asked, in fact told before asking, that there is a big event going on, and Leela has organized this event and supported this project in this village. What is your feeling? They asked. And she said that I went to school, I was allowed to play, and when I was playing in the field, I felt like a bird. I am flying. We are celebrating that fly today, my dear friends. But let me also tell you that this is also an evening of some soul searching. We live in a country of pride, great legacies, inspirational stories and leaders and so on. We live in a world which has never been so rich as it is today. But we are talking about millions and millions of children who are sold and bought like animals, and sometimes in lesser price than the animals. When we are sitting here for an hour, at least 5 children would be sexually abused in that hour, and 3 of them would be raped. I don't want to make you feel guilty, but this is a moral challenge for each one of us who believe in humanity, who believe in democracy, who believe in constitution, who believe in religions. I came across many children in my life. A little 6-year-old girl with injured fingers in Pakistan, in Sialkot. I was sitting beside her some years ago. She was stitching footballs. I asked her, what is your dream in life? I make sure that you would be freed and we will send you to school. Hindi में पूछा, उर्दू में हमने, ख्वाब क्या है? And she asked someone, a neighboring boy, what is ख्वाब? I never thought about it. Nothing could be more cruel than to deny the dream of a child who is making footballs which is sold in the world market, and the players earn huge amount of money, and others also. We have seen the progress has been made over the years. The number of child laborers in the world declined between year 2000 and 2016. But unfortunately, it is again rising between 2016 and 2000. And now the pandemic is worsening the situation of millions of children in the world. So this is the time when we have to feel that they are our children. They are our children. Whether they are in Pakistan or in India or in Sudan or in America or some parts of Europe or Africa, they are all our children. And that sense should emerge now that we are an interconnected world and we are an interdependent world. I would once again thank you very much, with a hope that this evening will somehow bring your souls with those children in our country and any other country in the world. We can do it. We will do it. And I told millions of times, I told 40 years ago and I told 20 years ago, and I am saying now that I am going to see the end of child slavery in my lifetime. I am not going to die before that. Whatever problems keep on coming, but dear friends, I have trust in humanity. That means I have trust in you. In whatever manner you can speak out. I was talking to Raiji that this campaign which we are spreading together has raised the bar of this issue. People started talking about child sexual abuse and child slavery. So, while thanking you, there was a heavy fire broken out in jungle. All animals and birds were rushing for a safer place, including King Lion. Lion noticed that there was a tiny hummingbird flying straight towards the flames, towards the fire. And he was surprised and shocked, and he asked, "What are you doing?" She replied, "Sir, I am going to extinguish this fire." More surprisingly, he asked, "How come? How can you do?" She said, "Sir, look at my beak. I am carrying a drop of water. I am doing my bit. She said, I am doing my bit. I know that you are doing your bit in many ways to make this world a better place. I am here to awaken that hummingbird which is inside each one of you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shri Kailash Satyarthi ji, for those very profound words. And indeed, it is our honor and privilege to make a humble contribution to the amazing work that you're doing. We're truly privileged, so thank you. Music is a universal language. It transcends space and time and touches the hearts of people. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the proud privilege to welcome you all to an exclusive private performance with Sarod virtuosos Amaan Ali Bangash and Ayaan Ali Bangash. Amaan and Ayaan represent the 7th generation of a musical lineage as sons and disciples of Sarod icon Ustad Amjad Ali Khan Sahab. Amaan and Ayaan are the curators of Raga and New Delhi, A Journey, the signature melodies by the Leela, which you're familiar with as you walk in through our lobbies and hear the lilting and soulful sounds of Sarod. This music is also available on our website. Presenting Amaan Ali Bangash and Ayaan Ali Bangash.
Namaskar and a very good evening to all of you. It's a great honor for us to be here and perform for the Leela Group of Hotels in support of Kailash Satyarthi Children's Foundation. It's wonderful to see the world reopening and live events happening again. We hope and pray for happier and kinder times for the world. To celebrate and honor the Justice for Every Child campaign, we will present Rag Desh, in which we'll also present some compositions from nearby ragas celebrating the dreams of all the children. Thank you so much. Thank you.
A tireless global advocate of children's rights for 4 decades now, Kailash Satyarthi started the Bachpan Bachao Andolan to rescue children from exploitation of all kinds. Under him, the movement has rescued over 100,000 children from the scourge of bondage, trafficking and exploitative labor in India. In 2014, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his struggle against the suppression of children and young people and for the right of all children to education. The Kailash Satyarthi Children's Foundation, founded by him, works towards a child-friendly world where all children are free, safe, healthy and educated. To honor his crusade for children's rights, the Leela recognizes Kailash Satyarthi as an icon of India. I'd like to start off by saying that we at NDTV are so proud and honored to be a part of this campaign with you. It's something that's, a real part of our ethos in the sense these campaigns, especially involving children. We've done so many environment, but this one is something that's really touched us. And when we do the stories which are a part of the campaign and the effort you're doing, they break our heart, but they also give us hope. And that's been really wonderful, this journey that we've taken with the Kailash Satyarthi Children's Foundation to, have this, while they're very difficult, as I said, they also give us hope that something can be done and somebody's actually, doing something about it. And that's been really wonderful, Kailashji. And I'd like to start by asking you, while everybody knows about the Nobel Prize and, the work that you're doing, I want to know, how did you start the work? I think that's something the audience would really like to know. How did you develop this passion for this cause?
The very first day of my schooling was perhaps the first spark. I was 5.5-year-old and went to school. It was a local municipal school. And when I was entering in the gate, inside the gate, I saw a child, cobbler boy, sitting outside the school gate. He was my age. And I was quite disturbed or shocked to see that why a child is sitting outside and not with the rest of us in the classroom. And one day I gathered all my courage and went straight to the boy and his father, who was also sitting alongside. Boy was shy when I asked this. But the man, the cobbler, stood up with folded hands, and that was 60 years ago. And he said, "Sir, Babuji, I never thought about it. My father, my grandfather, all of them started work since their childhood, and now my son." And then the same way, with folded hands, with empty eyes, hopeless, helpless perhaps, he said, "Babuji, स्कूल जाने के लिए तो आप लोग हो, काम करने के, हम तो काम करने के लिए पैदा होते हैं, "Sir, you are born to go to school, but we are born to work," he said. And I started crying out of anger, out of sadness. But that has given me a different perspective of life, perspective of world. And then I found that so many children were working here and there and not in school. And I come from a very humble background. My father was a police constable who passed away when I was 16, 17-year-old. So my mother and my brothers have to support me for education and everything, and higher education in engineering and post-graduation and so on. But I always carried those empty eyes of that boy, and one day I decided to give up my career. That was not an easy task. My mother kept on crying for days together, and it was difficult to make her understand that why it is so important and why I should do something. But I am thankful to the first person who shared this dream is my wife Sumedha, who is sitting here. And she agreed that I should give up my career. So this was the first step.
That's amazing. And that's such a courageous step to have taken. And look at it today. I mean, you're an inspiration to us all. And, this event that the Leela has put together has been amazing. And this coming together of Kailash Satyarthi ji, his foundation, the corporate with Leela and with Amaan and Ayaan over here. Amaan, why don't you tell us, how did you get involved in the fact that, this EP has been dedicated to this cause, to raise awareness? And I've known Amaan and Ayaan for many years, and I have to say I'm so proud that you're doing this. It's amazing.
We are proud of you. Good evening. I think this was a initiative. I would like to say my brother had mentioned it to me, that he said he's going and meeting Kailash Saab's team. So I asked him, I said, when did this happen? He said, no, I've been wanting to. And then he told me the whole idea about it. And I said, this is a great cause, because, during COVID, we retrospect, we thought that what can we give back? I mean, we've got so much of love and affection from people who've been fortunate to have got so much of love and, everything. So how to work with people who have been deprived of it, bad things have happened, unfortunately. And that's when we went to Kailash Saab's place, and we said we like to do something. What can we do? We don't know anything but music. So what can we do? We want to get associated with this cause. And that's when we proposed the idea that, sir, is it okay if we do an album where we can put a lot of other musicians, and in our own humble way, whatever we can generate out of the album would go to the organization, and also do live shows, and as much as we can get for the kids. So that was and seeing Ayaan's kids now, you can connect more. Like, the 7-8-year-old kids, something bad happens to them. It's traumatic.
And let's hear from you as well. Tell us a bit about this album, and you have many people coming on and being a part of it.
Yeah, I think to start with, it's really an honor to be here. And we were very fortunate to have assisted our father when Satyarthi ji received the Nobel Peace Prize in Oslo. And we performed at the awards ceremony and at the peace concert. So I think we resonated with the ethos of the foundation ever since. And after becoming a parent, I felt even more passionate about this cause. So, music is the greatest wealth we have as a family. And we could only, do something musically to create awareness. And we were very fortunate that, the moment Kailashji was happy that we do something, we reached out to a lot of friends and artists, and all of them were so happy, and they got associated with this EP. So we have Karan Johar, Shubha Mudgalji, Malini Avastiji, Mahesh Kale, we have Paresh Mehti ji, who's done the cover art of this EP, and finally, we reached out to my father also to do a track, because he was the artist of choice on such a big day of Kailashji's life in Oslo. So we just feel very honored, and I think this has really been a life-changing experience for us as artists and also as human beings, to know so much about what the foundation is doing.
And I think it's wonderful to use your art for such a great cause. And Anjali, I know the Leela has sponsored 10 villages as a part of the Kailash Satyarthi Children's Foundation to make them more child-friendly. Tell us how you got involved.
So when we came up with the idea of Icons of India, it was when we were awarded the world's best brand. And we wanted to make a meaningful difference, and we started to look as to who we can collaborate with. We also felt and believe in the cause of supporting children in whatever form it may be, particularly child protection and child development. So I think Kailash Satyarthi ji was a natural choice for us to collaborate with. And we did believe that this was the right thing to do as a brand that is conscious about the difference that they are wanting to make in the communities in which we operate. But I think when brands come together with art, with philanthropy, you can start off a movement, and that movement can bring about meaningful change. And it was extremely satisfying for me personally as well as professionally to see the difference that we've been able to make in the last 6 to 8 months of our association with the Kailash Satyarthi Children's Foundation, because sometimes you don't realize the impact. And you think it's just a drop in the ocean, but then those are the drops that make the ocean. And I think we've been huge admirers of the work that Kailashji is doing. And if we can be make a humble contribution to the great work that he does, I think it'll be an honor for Icons of India as a platform and the Leela as a brand.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And now, Anjali, I think the program to unveil the cover of the album.
Thank you, Gargi. Kailashji, Amaan and Ayaan, if I can just request you to stay back on stage. Tonight is a symbol of convergence between our brands and what our icons stand for. An evening born out of a shared passion. The Bangash duo recently created an EP, We for Love, to support Kailash Satyarthi Justice for Every Child campaign and create awareness for child abuse. The proceeds from this also support Kailash Satyarthi Children's Foundation. May I please invite Ustad Amjad Ali Khan Saab and Anurag Bhatnagar to come on stage and join Amaan, Ayaan and Kailashji to unveil the We for Love album. Ustadji, would you like to say a few words?
It's a great honor to be here. Grateful to Leela Palace Hotels. They have given this opportunity to all of us to once again meet and celebrate whatever our icon, our legendary Kailash Satyarthi is doing. We are always with him, and we are grateful to Leela for creating such beautiful evening. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm going to request Mrs. Khan to come and join us.
I think it's a commendable platform. Doing something for children is the basic that we can do as our way of giving back to the society. And what Kailash Satyarthi Foundation is doing by creating a safe haven for children across the country is extremely commendable.
We should look at a similar initiative in the SAARC region, especially today, coming out of the pandemic. I think again, children have suffered during the pandemic. So therefore, at a regional level, at the South Asian level, I think a lot can be done.
Problem is rampant, and we don't talk about it, we brush it under the carpet, but it is a reality, and I fully support this campaign in whichever way I can. I hope this goes for a very long time and impacts many children.
It is gruesome reality, and as you say, it's happening across the world. It's not just here. It happens in the UK, in Europe. It's not just the crime itself; it's the onward impact on victims. And I think that focus on mental health and onward support and seeking justice, as you say, for every child, is absolutely critical.